welcome back to our channel. We are the film
Fan.
Twins.
Twins.
You're very slow. In this video we're going to be talking about the top 5 Halloween films ever to be made. The first on the list is Hocus Pocus. This is one of the best Halloween films ever made, mainly because it shows Halloween at its finest. No. Ignore him. But yeah, Hocus Pocus shows Halloween at its finest by showing legends surrounding Halloween, such as All Hallows Eve, which is a legend saying how it's the one night of the year the dead can fully return to Earth without any trouble, because the veil between our world and their world is at its thinnest, so they can come back to life. Well, not to life, but they can come back to our world. It's also a spooky film, but also has comedy aspects. For example, a spooky part would be when Billy Butcherson gets resurrected from the dead by Winifred Sanderson. That is a very freaky scene, especially in a kid. But it's alright once you get a bit older. And it gets more comedic throughout the film, especially when you see Bette Midler as Winifred Sanderson calling to her book as if it's her actual baby. You see Sarah Jessica Parker as Sarah Sanderson being very stupid and funny with just the stuff she comes out with in general. And you'll see Catherine and Jimmy as Mary Sanderson flying around on a Hoover when their broomsticks are taken. The film is also set in Salem, which is where the Salem witch trials took place in 1962. This is when 200 people...
You said 1962.
Ignore me. 1692. This is which saw 200 people accused of witchcraft. 19 people were persecuted. So the theory is, did the Sanderson sisters start the trials? You can make your mind up for yourself on that one. This movie also has one of the most amazing soundtracks to any Halloween movie ever. Because once you hear I Put a Spell on You, you will never hear it the same way again after hearing Bette Midler sing it as Winifred. I also have the film Hocus Pocus, which is on me at the moment. Oh well. Jason's going to get it. Thank you. So, for those of you that don't know Hocus Pocus, this is Hocus Pocus. You can just about see it.
I think they can.
Yeah, this is Hocus Pocus. As I said, the best Halloween movie ever made. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
The next film we're going to be talking about is The Nightmare Before Christmas by Tim Burton and Disney, which is the best company in the world.
Agreed.
This film is amazing because it combines two of the best holidays of the year.
Yes.
And it is, well, that's controversial because some people think of it as a Christmas film, some people think of it as a Halloween film. It's a Halloween film. It's a Halloween film, okay. It is generally creepy and scary in some places, especially in the scene where the children open their presents on Christmas morning to find that they are basically monsters. I know if I open my presents and I found a snake coming out of my wrapping paper, I'd probably scream like a little girl.
Even gave me nightmares as a nearly 20-year-old woman.
It has an amazing soundtrack and score. Every single one of the songs is brilliantly made. My personal favourite is
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween, which is placed at the beginning of the film, which is just the perfect place for it, really. It's just a flawless film. Even the animation is amazing. Ghostbusters a little loud.
I'm telling you about oh yes, the next film on our list is Casper, the Friendly Ghost, which... Friendly. The Friendly Ghost, which unfortunately I don't have, but I have seen it. I would say Casper is one of the best Halloween films made because it shows ghosts as not all being evil and menacing. It shows them as being like you can be comforted by them in a way and they can be friendly. It's also a funny film, especially when Casper is outsmarting his uncles, who are just, I don't even think they are his uncles, I just think they're evil ghosts that live with him. And they just terrorise him, he outsmarts them all the time, which I find hilarious. It also shows how friendship can be formed in the most unlikely ways and in the most unlikely places. For example, Cat in the film, she's moved to a new town, new house with her dad who does ghost hunting. She has no friends, everyone thinks she's a bit weird because of what her dad does for a living. And then one night she meets Casper, the friendly ghost, and they form a very strong connection and very strong friendship. And this film shows that friendship can be formed in the most unlikely places. It's also a family film, all the way through, without fail. No matter how old you are, you can watch this film over and over and over again with your family and never get bored of it.
The next film is no surprise to anyone.
No.
It's Coraline.
Terrifying.
Literally. Coraline is one of the best horror films made for kids, and it is a horror film.
No doubt.
It is genuinely terrifying no matter how old you are. You could be a 40-year-old woman and the end of the film could still give you nightmares. The company who made Coraline was called Leica, and it was the first film they ever made. And without it, if it had failed, they wouldn't have been able to make Paranorman, or The Box Trolls, or even Kubo and the Two Strings, which are all amazing films. It has amazing characters and a unique villain. The villain is just evil for the sake of being evil.
She's basically Maleficent.
Which makes the best villains when, she just wants to eat Coraline's soul. She's hungry, we all get hungry.
Yeah. The final movie in our list is The Haunted Mansion, starring Eddie Murphy. So I personally think this is one of the funniest Halloween films ever made, mainly due to the fact that it's Eddie Murphy. And as soon as you hear him talk, you think it's Donkey. I know I do.
I do.
It is an amazing film. It is also based on the ride Haunted Mansion at Disney World. So if you ever go to Disney World, check this ride out because it's fantastic. It's the best ghost train ride ever invented, in my opinion. And they got the film right based off this ride. It's exactly the same. It's amazing. This film does get scarier the further it gets in. I know that it definitely scarred me for life in some areas, especially when you see skeletons coming out of water trying to drown you. So if you've got a fear of water, you probably don't want to watch that scene because it will make it worse, trust me. It's terrifying. I personally feel this film gets nowhere near as much recognition as it probably should, considering the amazing cast involved in this production, such as Eddie Murphy, as mentioned, and Terence Stamp, who is, I think, a legend. I also feel this film gets, like I said before, this film gets scarier the further you get in, especially when the butler, Higgins, whatever his name is, can't remember, just appears out of nowhere. And especially when he tries to marry Eddie Murphy's wife, Sarah, off to Mr. Macy. It's very confusing, but seriously, this film is one of the best Halloween films made. We've also got some honourable mentions.
Yes.
Such as...
Monster House.
That is terrifying. I don't think that should be a kids' film, personally.
I can't even get past the first scene
It's
without
horrifying.
screaming.
Returns Oz, a spin-off from The Wizard of Oz.
That should not be a kids' film either.
No, that shouldn't be a kids' film at all.
It shouldn't be a film at all. It should just not exist.
Returns Oz is probably one of the scariest films I think I've ever seen. You got Mombi, who's the Queen of Oz, whatever she is, that's cut people's heads off, and she then takes her own head off and replaces it with their heads.
All words of gummage like.
That's not at all normal. And then you've also got the Wheelers, which are these weird men that go around on wheels and do weird cackles. Yeah, like that, but a bit more menacing. They are horrifying. I think Spiderwick.
Ugh.
I think Spiderwick is actually a Halloween film, in all fairness.
Probably.
I mean, look at those trolls or ogres, whatever they are. They just appear out of nowhere. What's that about?
Oh, that film gives me nightmares. The only thing I like about it is Freddie Highmore.
Yes, it's Freddie Highmore.
Good.
If you haven't seen Spider-Man Chronicles and you don't know who Freddie Highmore is, you've been living under a rock.
You've been doing a Patrick style your whole life.
You have. But Freddie Highmore plays two roles. He plays, he basically plays a set of twins. One's very angered, he has anger issues, and the other one's very laid back, reserved, and a bit geeky. But I do think Spiderwick should be a Halloween film. It's a bit scary. What about the Gremlins?
Gremlins is a great Halloween film.
The Gremlins should be a Halloween film.
Both of them are amazing. The second one is a bit more campier, which
Yeah.
I don't mind at all.
You don't mind that. I think the first Gremlins is actually quite scary.
Yeah, is it the first one where he turns into the... No, that's the second one. No, when's he turned into Spider?
That's the second one.
Second one, yeah. But the first one is terrifying.
Especially when one of the Gremlins gets blown up in the microwave.
Oh my god.
That gave me nightmares. It was horrible. I think that's it for this video. We mentioned our top 5 Halloween films from best to worst. Well, not worst, because we love them all.
We do.
We're just going based on what people probably think. And we've also done our honourable mentions. So that would be it for now. So, bye.
Bye-bye. We will see you next time.
We will see you next time for our vlog on the slasher movie Slaughterhouse Rules, which is released Wednesday on Halloween night.
Which is when this will be released, so...
Yeah, so I don't know why I said Wednesday. Anyway.
So we'll see you
Then.
then.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.